Hey, everybody, welcome to A Kiss for Luck. I'm Steve.
I'm Charisse.
And joining us from Northern California is our buddy Michael Crutchfield. Hey, Mike.
Morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Every- We're great. We're great. We took a little siesta, Mike.
Yeah, I was having some withdrawals last week because I didn't get to do the show with you and Charisse, and I was like a puppy scratching at the door looking for you two and me. So
Somebody answered the door.
yeah, you guys answered the door, so it's good to be with you too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Missed you too. We had a little family vacation out in the desert and did a few other things and just didn't line up, but that's okay. We are lined up here, and it's our first broadcast since Del Mar has started. There's been some crazy prices at Del Mar. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't think any pick five's been under like $800. Most of them have been certainly commas, sometimes five-digit commas. And it's been a rough, but that's typical Del Mar.
yeah,
It's yeah, and Saratoga has been very similar. There's been a lot of prices in those two tracks because they're similar in a lot of ways. They've got
yeah.
people that have been waiting in New York, waiting in California for those times to run either at the spa or where the turf meets the surf, right? So the prize money is good. The vibe is good. So everybody wants to be in that winner's circle, either at Saratoga and Del Mar. So these races get stacked in there. You got a lot of surprises that show up because these guys have been sitting on these horses targeting Del Mar or Saratoga. So you are going to start us off, Mike. You're going to Saratoga.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Saratoga, the mid pick five. And the great thing about this is we're gonna cover the whole card. You're gonna cover the first two and then the late one. So we'll be giving out the whole card. And you spoke about long shots. Now at Del Mar, I'm really gonna be interested to hear Charisse's picks because she's really good with the long shots. So I want to know her picks so I can put my $2 across the board on them.
You have as much faith in them as I do.
I
Hey,
wait for your picks.
okay, excuse me. I'm gonna toot my own horn here. And Mike, we were on the phone early this week, Monday morning, and I told you what happened to me at Saratoga.
Yeah.
Let me just recap. Last weekend, I had a gut feeling, and we talked about these gut feelings I get
Yeah.
and where they come from. But I did, and I listened to it, and I'm grateful because Tyler Gaffleone rode a horse Sunday in race 9 called Learn to Discover. And for some reason, I just glanced at the race and I kept going back to that horse. I don't
Mhm.
remember the number of the horse. 20 to 1 or 30 to 1 morning line. And I should have done the double with all in the last race at Saratoga. I didn't, but had him to
Mhm.
win. Woohoo! He went off at 23 to 1. I
Wow.
didn't even watch the race. We were with our daughter and granddaughter. And I'm sitting in the living room and I look at my bets and I'm like, oh my God, Steve. And
Mm.
he goes, who was that? And I said, that's
Yeah.
Kathleen. I knew it. This is one of those times. And
Sure.
I'm just so grateful for these feelings that I get. And I get them from my dad up in heaven because
Yes.
he's the one that taught me everything about horse racing and always said to me, don't bet every race. He's right. But
Yes.
yes. And so I just wanted to mention that. That was awesome.
And can I
Yeah.
tell you this? My favorite person in the whole world was my grandfather. So I'm sure he's up there. He knows he's up there with your dad, and they're playing horses together right now.
Yes, they
So I
are.
want to
No,
tell you that.
I got to tell you a quick little story, honey. But we were still living in Miami. So I was probably 10 years old and they would go to Calder, they would go to Gulfstream.
Yeah.
Pretty much every weekend, my dad was home. My dad was a captain with Pan Am. And so my dad comes into my room. I'm getting ready because they're dropping me off at a babysitter friend's house. And he says, okay, Charisse, here you go. Early double in those days. That was what they had. He says,
Yeah.
pick a horse in the first, pick a horse in the second. I just have a feeling you're going to do something. I'm like, I don't know anything, okay, I like the names. Boom and boom, right?
Yeah.
He calls me late that afternoon when I'm at the babysitters, which is friends of the family. And he says, honey, your $5 double hit for, God, I don't know, hundreds of dollars. And he says, that money is all yours. We're going to put it in an account for
Wow.
you. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's what got me going and so excited that
Yeah.
by the time I was 12, 13, and we were living in Southern California, and my dad's handicapping Santa Anita, Del Mar, Hollywood Park, I'm like, yeah, I can do this. Well, sometimes,
Yeah.
you win some, but you lose more, that theory.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, he had some amazing hits.
Yeah.
And
So have you. You've got
yes,
that
I
from
have.
him, and
Been
you
fun.
have, and you have a knack for picking these long shots, and I really appreciate it. And a couple of them, if I had just not been so dumb, I would have had a couple scores with commas on them.
Well, sometimes it's just picking a jockey when hey, let's stick Pratt in there. Why is he 15-1? More
Yeah,
times than
Exactly.
not, he does not
Yep.
win on those prices,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
never
Right.
know. You never
Yeah.
know.
And this game is common sense. I think I was telling Steve this, the pick five that I hit last week for 2,400. I only used, if you had just used Pratt and the two Ortizes, they won all five of the races. One of
You
those
told
three.
me that.
Yeah.
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 And sometimes it's just common sense,
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
anyway, just wanted to mention that. I mean, because they're winning, 70% of the races, those three.
and,
You
and,
know,
and let's face it. I mean, if you've got a nice horse, you're going to try to reach for that jockey, one of those three,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and of course your agent is certainly going to find the best horse to put you on. And so our friend Twinkie that's been on the show before, he always says, "Well, it's all about the trainer. It's all about the trainer. It's all about the trainer. Who trains the horse?" I said, "Yeah, it's all about the trainer, but the jockey can reduce the chance
yeah,
of you losing."
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
I mean, if you've got, like I always tell Charisse, if you've got a 5-1, that the horse, everything tells you it should be a 5-1 horse, and you put Pratt on board or Jose Ortiz, you're probably more like 3-1
yeah,
because that jockey will not get you in trouble, which gives you a better shot to win. So
Right.
yes,
that's the way I look at it. I mean, the good jockeys help you win, and they don't get in trouble. And a jockey that's not that great might go out too fast, might wait too long,
hmm
might get jammed up on the inside,
hmm
might go too
Mhm.
wide. I mean, there's a
hmm
million ways to lose a race, but the
hmm
good jockeys find ways to win races. So you're right.
yeah.
You're right.
No. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that point up, and that's what I love about talking to you and Charisse. We talk about things like that. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we talk about stuff like that, and hopefully, the horse players are listening to that. And you go back and you look at, the charts and look who's winning all the races down there.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
not by coincidence.
Yeah. And Mike, I know I shared this with you, but we are finally going to meet you in person after
Yes,
2 years of being
yes,
friends
yes,
online.
Yeah.
yes,
Friday,
and
the 21st, the
yes,
day before the Pacific Classic.
yes,
We
yes,
are heading
and
out for the day of racing. We're probably going to have a box for the four of us, you and your son.
that'd be so great.
And I made reservations at the Brigantine for dinner at 7:15. So we are going to have a wonderful day and a wonderful night. And hopefully we cash huge that
Yes,
day.
yes.
Yeah.
I
So
want
one of
I
us
want you
can.
to know I told our daughter we're walking yesterday and she said, "Oh mom, the 21st da 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 da." Da." Oh, yeah. I'll come spend the day with Maddie the 21st and I went, "Oh, wait,
Wait,
Friday the 21st." She
yeah,
goes, "You told me you had something really fun, so I don't think you want to come and stay with Maddie that day." And I'm
yeah,
like, "I can't, honey. I
yeah,
really can't." She goes, "No, I
yeah,
understand." So
yeah.
yeah, I'm
No,
so looking forward to that day.
yeah.
Me too.
I mean, you and Steve are just, amazing human beings, and I have so much fun hanging out with you too. We're all so busy, but just being with good human beings, it's just with no drama. I love
No,
it, and I appreciate you too for that.
And we're
you
going to
got
take
it.
lots of pictures with you and your son.
Yeah,
We're going to go live. I think we should do a quick little
I
podcast from
think we
Del Mar
should too.
before the
Yep.
races, honey. I think that with his son,
We'll
the
do
four
it.
of us.
We'll figure it
Hmm.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah,
once you get your itinerary, we'll wedge it in there. Doggone right we will. We're
yeah,
gonna get the laptops out and we'll set up shop with Del Mar in the background. It's gonna be yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be good. It'll be
yeah.
good. All right.
Yep.
Speaking
All
of
right.
racing and picks, Mike, you are going to Saratoga and you're doing the mid pick five.
Yeah, and again, there's been a lot of scratches in the opening leg, and it starts in the third leg. And I, before all the scratches, I didn't really like the six as much as because they have them listed at 4 to 5, and I still don't trust this horse. But I'm going to use four horses in here. I'm going to use the number six, which is My Guns Loaded. I'm going to use the number two, um, uh, Bernie and the Rose, and I'm going to use the number seven, Like a Rolling Stone, and the
Mm.
number eight, Bow Draw. And my top selection is going to be the number two with Katie Davis. I really like the way she's riding right now. She's brought home some really big prices for me, and I'm going to make her my top selection in this race. I think she'll get to jump on the six, and that horse has speed, and they got that one to catch. So I'm going to make that my top choice at 12 to 1. We won't get 12 to 1, probably be more like 5 to 1, but that'll be my top selection in the third race.
All right, 2, 6, 7, 8 with two being the top selection. Race number 4, we got a big scratch in the one, Glen Airy. Who you got there?
Yeah, so I'm gonna single here, and I'm gonna single something that's gonna make a lot of sense to you and Charisse, and maybe the horse players. I'm gonna single the number three, the 8 to 1 shot, who is 2 for 3 over that surface, coming
Yep.
in off a layoff, has a work that I really like that I've expressed to you and Charisse. I really like one of those works, and the other thing that I like is this trainer jockey combination is about 25% when they hook up. So
Yep.
I'm going to single that one at 8 to 1. I don't think you'll get 8 to 1. I think it'll be more like 5 to 1, but that's going to be my single.
Love it. Yeah, love that horse. All right, race number 5, sir.
Okay, race number 5. I'm going to use four horses. I'm going to use the number seven, Sports Hero. Has run some races where he fits in here. So I'm going to use that one, like Lascano on the turf, and I'm
Hmm.
going to use the number 10, Swagging.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this horse is a horse that you have to put in there. He's actually the morning line favorite, so we're going to put that one in there. You can't leave this one out. So the trainer jockey does pretty good. They're at about 25%. So we're going to throw that one in. And we're going to use the number 11, um,
Yes.
Peter. Uh, and again, going to use that one. I love Stewie Elliott's son. He's riding heads up. Brought a $55 horse in yesterday.
Mm.
So stole the race. And so he's going to be up on a lead with this one. But my long shot, and again, a horse that I really like that has the speed, can do anything, can sit, has shown can sit, ran a really good race against Better last time. This horse is 15 to 1 on the line. Majestic Arc,
Mm.
and I'm leaning towards Katie Davis again.
There you go.
All
Wow.
right.
Okay, beautiful. That's a nice little spread race there. Okay, race number 6, sir.
Yeah. So race number 6, I'm going to use three horses here, and I'm gonna actually I'm going to use four horses, and this is a $96 ticket. I'm going to
Mhm.
use the number 5 in here. Red Coats Coming. I think it's a pretty interesting name. This horse will be on the lead. This
Okay.
horse is bred for the turf. Broke a little had a little. I watched the video. Had a little trouble at the break, but This horse I think is going to be on the lead. Has a hustling jockey, Louis Saez on there. So uh, I think that one's going to be on the lead. And then I'm going to use some first time starters. I'm going to use the number 6. Like I said, why is Pletcher going to Ortiz? This horse is probably live. If he's reaching for Ortiz, these are the things that you got to think about. This horse is probably live. I'm going to use the number 8. William Walden does really, really well with horses, on the turf first time out. So I'm going to go with him. And then finally, I'm going to use the other Ortiz boy, Quartz Mountain, the number 4. And I'm, I like the number 4, but I'm going to make the number 8 my top selection at 5-1.
Okay,
You're not
fantastic.
using Pratt.
Yeah, I'm not going to use him because I don't like the way the horse ran, and even Pratt. I mean, he couldn't make that horse run better the last time, so I don't know how he's going to do it this time. So that's why I let him out. I mean, if he couldn't do it last time and ran a subpar race, I just think that horse is going to need more distance. Is my thought.
Okay.
The way he's bred out of hard spun. So, all right, race number 7.
Mm-hmm.
So race number 7, I'm going to use 3 horses. I'm going to use the number. I'm going to use the number 8, which is Manny's Mommy's turn. And this horse had, and again, this is what you have to pay attention to. This horse has only been ridden by Lascano. I think they were disappointed in the ride last time. They take Lascano off. They go to his main guy. They go to Pratt. Okay. You better be using this horse. If you leave this one off,
your own fault.
You like getting your wisdom teeth pulled or something like that. You enjoy doing that. So you have to use that one. So I'm going to use that one. And I'm also going to use the number 5, which is Starship Pegasus with my boy Kendrick. We're going to use that. And my top selection is going to be a horse that I really like. I like Junior. I'm a big Junior fan. And this trainer jockey combination is 20%, third off the layoff. I think he sits a perfect trip and comes and get the candy. Get them all.
Saratoga Snow?
Yep, number 1.
Number 1. Okay.
And I know why you're laughing, and I'm be interested to hear your picks later on, Steve.
Yeah, I like what you're doing. I mean, I like everything you've been doing there, Mike. So that's good. That's a $96 ticket. So
Yes, sir.
I will do the races after and the races before after Charisse gives us her picks. Hello, dear. What do you got for us?
Well, I've got some just single picks. These pick 5s are okay, out of my budget to get winners here. But all right, I'm going to go to our friend is starting their stakes winning filly Mohaven today. We wish we could be there, but Pete, Eb, we wish you all the luck in the world. We're going to be watching on our TV or on our phones. But I'm going to go to the 7th race at Del Mar today, Friday. Mohaven just gleams. She is amazing. She is a winner, and I don't think anybody will catch her. I think she's going to go out there and say, bye-bye. And Pete and I are going to get another winner's circle picture. So I'm putting the 8 in everything. Just put it on top, single it, whatever.
Yep.
But here's what I think is kind of interesting. I've got 3 horses that I like in the exacta, and for $1, should I box it? I don't know. Should I box Mohaven with these 3 horses? That's my question. I'm going to use the 5, Trust Sommet et Toi, for Doug O'Neill and Rispoli jumps on. Morning line 10-1. I'm going to also use the 6, same owner as the 5, Redham Racing. And for Ed Freeman, I'm going to use that with JJ Hernandez. Here's my price, and I think I will box it with this horse because wow. Number 2, the Loan Exchange, Antonio Garcia for the same owner. Now, before I noticed this, Steve told me Redham owns all 3. I didn't know that. I was just
Yeah.
looking at, I marked this horse long shot. Ayuso on board. I think it's a maiden. I get that. She's a maiden, but she lost by a nose with JJ. They're putting Ayuso on. They're going to get her out. Ayuso's going to get her out, see how far she'll go. Who knows? She could go off at 25, 30 to 1. So that's my crazy play for the 7th race. Now I went to a price because I absolutely respect the heck out of this trainer. I respected him when we lived in Arizona, when I saw his horses run at Turf Paradise. I like him. And comes to find out he had a nice winner yesterday at Del Mar.
Mm.
I am going to the first race today, Friday,
Mhm.
and I'm saying put 10 across the board. Number
Ooh.
7, Mo Bad, Mo Forza, Van Belvoir is the trainer. Hard working guy. I like him. I like the way he trains. This is a first time starter. And I just say, why not? Payeras coming out to ride and go for it. My top
Love it.
pick in that race is the 9, the Mo Show, Stay Thirsty, out of a mare, Show It and Mow It, who we saw many times at the farm. But I really think this 7 could do something here. Why not?
Yep.
So that's that. My last pick is going to be at Saratoga. I'm going long. Gentlemen, I'm in the 8th race, so I'm clear of Mike and his pick 5. But since my top pick scratched, the 6 Eunomia is no longer in, which that was my top pick at 8 to 1. However, I fall to number 7, Valtellina, Tyler Gaffleone for Raymond Handel. Don't ask me why, but I think this horse can do it. It is stepping up to a grade 2, 4-year-old filly out of complexity. Why not? Number 7, Valtellina will win the 8th race today at Saratoga. But just in case,
Love it.
bet to place in show.
Love it. Love it.
Right? Why not? Why not? Okay, well that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Well, why don't I go ahead and do the bookends on Mike's pick 5 now? Let's go to the first race at Saratoga. I originally what I did an early and a late pick 5 here. So Mike did the middle, and I don't disagree really with much he said in that mid pick 5. So let's just make this simple and easy, and I'll do the front and back, and we'll do the whole card.
There
So
you
in the
go.
first race, we've got a 7 furlong race, maiden 20. I really like the 2 Babsy, that's Junior Alvarado with Melanie Giddings as the trainer. I do like this horse, and I think that one is they kind of buried a work in there at Saratoga. They had a 47 and change work at June 5th, and then they said, "Oh, whoa, 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 easy, easy. Let's go breeze." So that's what they did. They breezed the last 2. They've got this horse in at $20,000. I think they're trying to play a little poker here, is what they're trying to do by having that work and then going slow, slow. So I'm not buying it though. I don't know if the betting public will buy it, but I like the 2 Babsy. And I did like the 8. The 8 scratched Oath, unfortunately.
Oh,
So I really like that one. And I was betting against the favorite 2 by 2 by 2. But now I've got to put the 2 by 2 by 2 in there. So I've got 2-7 in that first race. Not too terribly sexy, The second race, however, is extremely sexy. This is, I mean, this is like Bo Derek, and I figured I'd use a horse person, right? Bo Derek. Anyway, this race has got everything. It's a mile and 16th inner turf, maiden special weight 115K. You gotta love that for your first timers that you pay a ton of money for. So I've got a bunch of horses in here because I think this is wide open and prove me wrong. So in this one, I went 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the horses I went with, and the reasons are a lot of them are first timers. You don't normally think that first timers can get a mile and a 16th, but you know what? At this caliber, they can. They certainly can. But the ones that I really like looking at, I think the one that really kind of stands off the page to me is I like the 8 Celebrate with Pletcher and Velasquez.
Hmm.
It's a first time starter for Rapoli. He had nice steady work pattern. Again, this is on the turf, so you have to kind of translate work patterns when they're on the turf. You can't expect, oh my gosh, he's really blowing it up in the mornings because they're training on dirt. They're not training on turf.
Yeah.
So, you're just keeping them healthy and keeping them in good condition. Well, the last work on July 17th really impressed me. They're 48-4. I think this horse is ready. Medaglia de Oro is the sire, and it's got Tappet in the dam. So it's going to get the mile of 16th, no problem. That's 8-1 on that horse. And the other one that I really like is the 7, which probably will go off favorite, just peachy. That's Rudy Brissett for Flavien Prat. They can speak a little French to each other, and I think those are the 2 horses I really like. But I don't trust any of them, so that's why I went so deep in that one. Now, let's go to the back end here. You finished in the 7th, so I'll take it up from the 8th race. And Charisse made a pick, the 7. I did not pick the 7.
Shocker.
I'm so surprised.
Well,
Shocker.
sometimes we overlap.
Yeah,
In this
yeah.
case, we did not. I also liked Eunomia, but I didn't trust Eunomia. I was spread out in this one too. This is a very tricky race. They've got the morning line on the 4 is 9-5. And I just don't like the fact. I mean, I think people are basing that, and the morning line Ozmaker probably based it off the last race where it won by 8 lengths, and now it's going to mile and an eighth. I don't necessarily think that that's, the answer, but you could look back. Last year, it won the Coaching Club Oaks, grade 1, by 15 lengths. So everybody's looking at his past performances and saying, "Oh, okay, this horse is back. It's back, man." I don't necessarily believe that because you're looking at that Coaching Club is a one-off. You look at the Frizette in 2024, one time it ran fast. And then you ran the Saratoga, the optional 80 wins by 8 lengths. Between those, it's 9 length, 15, 8 length wins. But the rest of the what you've got here is not that impressive. So I don't know. I think they're going by the times that it won, and I'm going by the times it didn't win. You know what I'm putting in? Who I'm putting in there? I got the 1, Snow White, Danny Gargan, Luis Saez. What we talked about, Mike, with him,
Yep.
he's a good speed jockey. He's going to get out, and I think he's going to try to nurse it on the lead. Scottish Lassie might be with him, but I know Saez. Saez is gonna get out there. I don't know if Ortiz is
Mhm.
gonna sit off him or not. He might. You got to put the 3 and the 4 in just because. But the other horse I really like is the 5. I think the 5 is the one that's going to sit off the lead and pounce with Brad Cox. And Brad Cox right now is the leading trainer at Saratoga. He's got
Yeah.
the most wins coming into today. And I think the 5 has got a really, really good shot here. And that's a perfect example of he's training this horse perfectly for a mile and an eighth. I mean, you look at those works, nothing fast at all. I mean, he's just walking it around the track, walking it around the track. And he's like, all right, save your energy for the big dance. And so I think that's pretty cagey what Brad Cox is doing there. I think the 5 is going to run well. So I'm pretty deep in that race, unfortunately, without the 7. Sorry, Charisse. The ninth race. The ninth race, I'm not too terribly sexy either because I don't. This is a weird race, 200K race. I just, I mean, Voodoo Doll seems to be getting better with every turn. It's 1-3. There's nothing wrong with the two Voodoo Doll. It won at Woodbine, won at Aqueduct, won at Aqueduct, and now it's come to Saratoga. Every reason to believe that it could win an ungraded stakes race in New York. So I think the two you've got to consider, but the others that I like are the 6 and the 7 on the outside. Miguel Clement with Manny Franco. Again, Manny Franco is having a fantastic meet, and
Yep.
that guy Rad Ortiz and Horacio De Paz. Oh yeah, what is that number? 40%. He's 4 for 10 at Saratoga.
Yes.
Um, you can't. You just can't leave out the 6. So
No.
so I went 2, 6, 7 in there, and then the 10th race. See if we can get something a little more exciting, because that last race wasn't too terribly exciting. This one here is I think an interesting race. I like the 4 Gold Sovereign with Flavian Pratt and Chad Brown. Chad Brown's had a ton of starters. He's only 12% right now, but this is his type of race to win. It's a mile and a half on the inner turf, and he's got a bunch of those long distance grinders, and I think this is probably one of them. Gold Sovereign. Pratt was on it for a couple of second place finishes. They put Dylan Davis on and said, "No, thank you. Let's go back to Pratt." So I think Pratt coming back onto this horse is a good thing. He's 24%. Of course, Chad Brown and Pratt together are great. But the other one I think you got to watch is the 5 Instantly. Bill Walden, Arad Ortiz. He's used him only 8 times this meet, but they're 25% together. So he's 2 out of 8 with them. And this horse is coming from Churchill Downs, another one of those horses that's waiting for Saratoga to run, and I think you're going to get something out of this horse. So I've got the 4 or 5 there, and that's kind of it for me. On the card for Saratoga.
Let's talk about Horacio De Paz for a minute, because we were at the Derby room with Twinkie 2 weekends ago and cashed in on his, hey guys, bet De Paz in the next race, maiden race, da 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 da. What did he go off at? 40 to 1? 30 to 1?
Something like that. That was a pretty good Twinkie impression, but I got a better one. But
oh,
It's like, these guys, I tell you, they got,
there you go. There you
jockeys,
go.
trainers.
Yeah.
Come on.
We were sitting actually with him. We blended tables, and he said, "Look, I'm telling you, da 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 da." And sure enough, he had this horse in his pick 3s and his whatever, and
Fantastic.
and we had him to win in place, and it's like, oh my God! I mean, the horse. I think the horse went wire to wire, and he said, I watched this horse work with the winner that he had the previous day, which was a maiden allowance that paid like 20 to 1, 15 to 1. He said, this horse today outworked the horse that won yesterday. And I'm like, okay, good enough for me. Let's do it. So it was, we have good times at that Derby room in Norco. We really do.
It's good stuff.
I just wanted to let you guys know too, something to be cautious of too. And what I'm going to tell you now is something I've been watching very carefully. Chad Brown is having a terrible meet.
On the dirt.
Terrible.
Yes.
He has not won a dirt race yet. And he's only training at 12%.
Wow.
I don't know what's happened to Chad Brown, but there's something, someone took all their horses from big owner, but he's not the same guy. And I just want to make sure I tell my friends in the horse racing public out there, he has not won a dirt race. He's training at 12%, and Cox is training at 30%. So that just kind of tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, something going on. And, I mean, Charisse is always hip to that with jockeys, when they just aren't right. And, we talked about Rosario and how he bailed out of New York and came west to try to reinvent himself. And, I mean, that's just kind of the way it is sometimes. People people don't fire, and they've got to get their stuff together. Not everybody's the best at business, and hopefully he's going to figure it out, because I hate to see a trainer fall off a map like that. But
Yeah,
um, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm giving you a $3 late pick three at Del Mar.
love it.
Quick and
Love it.
easy.
Today,
Quick and
today,
easy. Today. Everything we're giving out is today, folks. The late pick three, it's a $3 increment. So add, subtract as you will. But there's some horses I definitely have opinions on at Del Mar. So let's go to the sixth race, because we have 8 races today. The first one is a 5 furlong turf sprint. There are 2 horses in here that I really like. I like the one Virat, and that's
Okay.
Dan Blacker and Hector Barrios. This horse has won at Del Mar before, and he's run pretty quick at Del Mar before. He ran a 56 and change in a second place finish. I think 57 is going to win this 5 furlong turf sprint. I think having the inside is good. I think having the little layoff that he's had. I think this is one of those horses that I think they're playing possum with, right? It's the optional claiming 100. The horse is in for the 100. Who's going to dip in for the 100? I mean, really, nobody's taken a 7-year-old
No,
for $100,000,
no.
and the purse is 82 grand. So it's like, I'm sure the owners are like, go ahead, claim our 7-year-old
And
gelding.
he's the gelding. And he's the gelding.
Yeah, that's right. 7-year-old gelding. So I think they figured, we're putting him in. This is gonna hit us perfectly between the eyes. The other horse I really like in here is the 7 Irish Royalty, 7-2. They're doing the same thing with this one. It's a 6-year-old gelding, but it's out of grazing, and so it's not like, even if they were going to breed it, it's like, okay, that's Nick Alexander's horse, but it's not going to be, too great. But what I love about this horse is April 2025, it had a voided claim at Santa Anita, 6 furlongs on the turf, 12 lengths back, 8th place, voided claim for 32,000. They got it right. And ever since they got it right in January 2026, we've got 3 wins out of 5 races.
Mhm.
So whatever happened with Doug O'Neill and the owners here, they figured it out and said, okay, we gotta do a redo on the horse, whether it was breeding or breathing, or whether it was something internally. They figured it out, and they sure did their job. So I like the 2 and the 7 to start it. The next race here is the 7, which we previously mentioned with Charisse. I've got Mohaven. I certainly do, because Pete Neff, I mean, that horse the last 2 times has won super easy. It's just a question of, was that horse against the 5 or the 6? And the answer is no. So I'm putting in the 5, 6, and 8. We already talked about some of these things. I think Paul Redham is putting in 3 horses here because he wants to win this race. And when you've got Calbrez and you want to sponsor the Calbred program, well, he's got plenty of those. So he put 3 of them in this race here for 150K. I mean, why not have 3 out of 12 chances to win? So I've got 5, 6, 8 in the middle leg there. The 8th race, man, the final race at Del Mar has been tough. It's been tough hitting those last legs, and this is a perfect reason why. You got a maiden special weight 80K on the turf for a mile. It's a very interesting distance, interesting race. I'm going to put the 2 in there. He's proof of joy. This is Alberto Rubalcaba, and we've got Herrera is on board. Herrera rode this horse at Los Alamitos. Nice, even middler type of finish. Los Alamitos on the dirt, it will translate to the turf at Del Mar. The turf races and Los Alamitos dirt always translate. We don't know why, but they do. So if you see somebody that is okay at Los Alamitos, bet them on the turf. That's my suggestion there. You got the 5 Big Vengeance. I'm putting that horse in with Antonio Garcia. This horse went blinkers off finally. After 9 races, they decided to take the blinkers off. I don't know what took them so long, but
Yeah.
that's enough for me. So I'm putting the 5 in there. The 7, Benny's Puzzle. This horse has been a puzzle. I mean, it hasn't won in 9 races. It got 2 seconds. But again, this race is so dicey. You got to put them in. And then the 8, High King, Gary Studi and Frezou. That's another horse where he's just a nice, even-paced horse. He's got a little bit of speed on the front end, but Gary Studi is 2 for 4, 50% going sprinter route. So he must see something here where he's like, all right, let's get back to routing. So they route that horse. And then the final one I put in there is the 10, Royal Rumor, Carla Gaines. Throughout the last race, just something happened, didn't like it, steadied early, inside, too wide. And if you believe it was the jockey's fault, you wouldn't ride him back. Jaramillo's back on board, and Jaramillo's 22% at this meet.
Yeah.
So, and they bet that horse to favorite last time. It was 7-2. So I think that people had faith at the ballot box, if you will. So I think at 8-1, that's my favorite in that last leg, Royal Rumor. And that's kind of it for me, man.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and
Love it.
I'm representing with my Del Mar shirt on today. So
The only thing I think that you look so nice dressed in that shirt that you should go down and get in the winner's shape. Take Charisse down there and get in the winner's circle picture with Mo Avon.
Yeah, they always invite us. They want us to go down whether they're there or not. But we know they're going to be there because they're down at their Del Mar condo this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, that's we were happy smiling last time with Mohaven.
Oh,
That's but that's a heck of a horse, man.
Yep.
She just that horse runs so easy. It's just it'd be interesting to see. Maybe this is the race, maybe it's not, that she's going to be challenged. But I tell you, the horse just likes to go.
I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see anything in there that can. She's actually dropping down in class. I mean, if you look at, she's got these over a barrel. I mean, gosh, she can win this with me or Cherie. One of us riding this horse. So, but anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
They still got to run the race.
Let's hope they bring it on. Anyway.
Yep.
Are you going down to your race book today, Mike?
At some point, I got some work to do around the house, and at some point, I'll get down there because I know I want to catch up with the guys down there. They're just a bunch that you got to go down and you got to round them up. I have to be there if we ever want to do something with them. I would have to be down there with them because yeah. But anyway.
That's a little teaser for a future broadcast. We
yes.
We asked Mike to round up his guys, and they were interested in giving picks. So we'll see if we can make that happen in the next couple of broadcasts, and that'd be kind of fun, to get down there and get a flavor for your OTB a little bit, and do a good thing. And yeah, it would be. It would be funny. Maybe we do a double OTB. We do it from the Derby room, and you do it from your OTB.
That'd be great. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, we got a couple of characters that you may hear in the background, and so
I do too.
We'll see if we get Snapper.
I do too. We got some characters at those OTBs for sure.
We got a guy that does the snap with his fingers.
Yeah.
Every race, so you hear this every race that goes off.
He's snapping his finger.
Come on.
Say, sequel.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, it is. Good times.
Oh God!
Anyway.
All right, you better get posting this, honey. It is
9:00.
12:01 in New York. And
yeah.
You have early.
Okay,
let me get it on here. All right, everybody.
Alrighty.
That's it for A Kiss for Luck. Bye now. Y'all take care.